Tonight on Carolina News, one powerful purchase will lead to the payday of a lifetime. Find out how one Lexington gas station is making national headlines. And the Mediterranean invades Colombia this weekend. We'll tell you how to be a part of all the fun. Also, did Jesus have two dads? We'll show you the church sign that has people talking. Carolina News starts now.
Live from the capital city, Carolina News brings you your news first. With breaking news and in-depth reporting. Up-to-the-minute weather. And all your sports news and highlights. It's all here, now, on Carolina News.
Hello, and welcome to Carolina News. I'm Kyle Doberman.
Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Stefania Okoli. The fourth largest Powerball jackpot ever at just nearly $400 million had a winner last night, and the winning ticket was sold right in Lexington County.
There's a lot of excitement surrounding the big win. Jared McDarris was at the Murphy Express gas station on Augusta Road, where the winner purchased the ticket yesterday.
Quite an unusual day at the Murphy Express gas station on Augusta Road in Lexington, where they are celebrating the sale of the winning Powerball ticket from last night's almost $400 million drawing.
There's somebody out there who is $399.4 million richer than they were this time yesterday.
Many people today were wishing they had bought a ticket for the big jackpot.
I was in here Tuesday filling my truck up with gas, and there was a sign here that said, buy your lottery tickets, and I get in the car and drove off and didn't do it, and then first thing I hear on the news this morning is they sold a winning Powerball.
Some also talked about what they would do with the money.
I'd have had to sit down and figure out what I was going to do, but I wouldn't have owed anything.
I'd probably give it all to my mom and let her do whatever she wanted to with it.
While there can only be one Powerball jackpot winner, the town of Lexington is also a winner. They put their town on the national map.
I think it's a big boon for the town of Lexington. I grew up here, and I think it's a lot of publicity. Lexington's one of the premier places to live in the state of South Carolina. We've got jobs coming in all over the place.
South Carolina is also a big winner for other reasons.
It will make a significant difference for the state of South Carolina because they will probably collect somewhere in the range of $12 to $15 million in taxes.
Now it's just a waiting game to see who the newest multimillionaire or millionaires are. Jared McDarris, Carolina News, Lexington.
There was also a $1 million winning ticket that was sold at Tiger Express in Hampton, South Carolina. If you bought a ticket from either gas station, get your ticket out because here are the winning numbers again. The winning numbers are 7, 10, 22, 32, 35. And the Powerball number is 19.
Well, a lot of South Carolinians are wishing they could be that lottery winner. The latest Census Bureau report found that over the last 12 years, South Carolina residents have seen a drop in income and a rise in poverty. The report puts South Carolina among the worst states in the country. Since 2000, South Carolina residents' median income has dropped from about $48,500 to just over $43,000, over a $5,000 drop. Nationally, the decrease was just over $3,500. According to the Census Bureau, almost 840,000 South Carolina residents lived in poverty last year, an increase of over 300,000 from the year 2000. Congress faces two deadlines over the next few weeks: how to fund the government and how to increase the amount the government can legally borrow. If Congress doesn't come to a decision, the government could shut down. Conservatives and House Speaker John Boehner are in favor of a short-term spending bill, which will completely defund Obamacare.
Obamacare is driving up the cost of health care. It's destroying millions of American jobs. It is a train wreck. It has to go. We've done everything humanly possible over the last 2.5 years to make our point, and we're going to continue to make our point.
Democrats disagree with this plan, But the issue must be resolved by September 30th, when the government will run out of money if Congress does not act.
Well, the Greek Festival is kicking off in downtown Columbia today, and for one couple, this year's festival is yet another year for the family business to continue to thrive. Deja Hunt has more on the story.
Mr. and Mrs. Atalambides, soulmates and business partners. Married for over 30 years, this Greek couple has made a living for the past 20 years selling handmade Grecian jewelry.
After looking for a job for 5 years and not being able to find one, because I was overqualified and I was too old, so the only choice available to me was to join my wife and work on this thing full time.
The Atalambides have been selling their jewelry at Columbia's Greek Festival for 27 years straight, the entire time the festival has been in existence.
It's like coming back home. It really is, because when we first got married here, we started here, so it's a good memory, and we like to come back to it.
Columbia's Greek Festival is an important festival to Maria's Jewelry, not only because it was the first they attended, but also because of the festival's immense productivity. The Atalambides attend numerous Greek festivals across the country and never imagined that Maria's Jewelry would have expanded this much over the years.
There was a time that he was totally unemployed. So this, thank God, kept us going.
After years of countless experiences, the Atalambides are starting to see the end of the tunnel.
We will progressively, over the next 4 or 5 years, be reducing the number of festivals we do, basically because we are getting old.
But don't worry, Maria's Jewelry won't be leaving Columbia's Greek Festival anytime soon.
Columbia is going to be the next to the last festival we will eliminate.
Deja Hunt, Carolina News.
You can visit Maria's Jewelry vendor at the Columbia Greek Festival from now through Sunday evening at the Greek Orthodox Church located at the corner of Main and Richland Street. But now let's head back to the Greek Festival where Nathan Canif-Coon has our first weather forecast.
A beautiful day to take in the Greek Festival here in Columbia with highs in the upper 80s. Tonight it'll dip down into the lower 60s, and then tomorrow should be another beautiful day, but we could have some wetter weather coming up this weekend. I'll have the rest of the forecast for you later in the show.
Pope Francis is expanding upon comments he made earlier this year about homosexuality. In an interview released by Jesuit magazines today, he said the church has the right to express its opinions, but not to interfere spiritually in the lives of gays and lesbians. It comes after the Pope told media in July, "Who am I to judge gay people?" The Pope spoke about this comment in the interview released today. He said it was in line with the Catholic Church's Book of Official Doctrine, which says that gays and lesbians must be accepted with respect, compassion, and sensitivity. A pastor in Tennessee has created quite a buzz after putting a clever phrase on the church marquee. Now he's got people thinking about his words and whether there's a hidden meaning behind them. Alan Frio has the story.
St. John's Methodist is at one busy intersection on Charlotte Avenue. You can't help but see the church marquee. Before you get ahead of yourself, listen to the meaning the pastor of the church is trying to get across.
It's about children and people who grow up in homes that they're blended families or parents that are separated and they have a stepdad.
Pastor Campbell feels Jesus is the perfect example for extended family since he has two fathers.
Theologically, that Jesus is the Son of God, but also the son of Joseph.
But like anything, it's how you interpret words. We showed shoppers at Nashville West the sign. Some had a nervous laugh and just left it at that.
Okay.
This man saw the sign earlier as he drove by the church and had some time to think about it.
I read that and I was thinking about that and I looked at that and I asked my wife, I said, I wonder what that really means. Does it mean literally or does it mean what's happening today?
I think the assumption is that we're taking a stand relative to position with regards to same-sex marriage. For me, it's more a concern of what do we do about families and a message to children.
These two young ladies couldn't agree more.
I can't argue. Yeah, I can't argue with that at all. I think it's rather brave of them to put it. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to argue against it.
Pastor Campbell, though, never thought these 10 words could garner so much attention.
I thought it was eye-catching and didn't realize it was going to be that eye-catching for a lot of people.
St. John is not the first church to post this phrase. Pastor Campbell saw it on another church marquee online.